My name is Joey Riggle. This is for task d268, task 3, and I'm going to cover adding a neighborhood watch to our condo community. I believe adding the addition of a neighborhood watch for our condo community here in Bremerton, Washington is going to be a great idea. Um, and I just wanted to make this PowerPoint slide to talk to our community about it. And here's some of the things we're going to go over for this PowerPoint. We're going to discuss how the community would be better and benefit from the neighborhood watch, ways to maintain the effectiveness of those who volunteer, and some of the things to look out for if we bring this idea to life. Some of the recent events that led up to the idea of our community possibly needing a neighborhood watch are some of the car break-ins that have happened, more recently the one near the dumpster, suspicious or broken down vehicles that are unsightly or just make people feel uncomfortable. Maybe a car that's been, sitting around the neighborhood for a few days and we've seen move, or, stuff like that. Cars that get dilapidated, there's moss growing on them, tires are flat. Nobody knows who to ask about what's going on with those. We don't know who owns them. So, and then some people have also said they feel unsafe walking around at night. And so this might be a good solution to helping people feel more comfortable walking around their own neighborhood. Here's some things on how our community would benefit from a neighborhood watch. We're going to have an increased sense of security by having somebody walk around the neighborhood either once or twice a day, 5 to 7 days a week. We're going to have a reduction in crime rate because people are going to know that we have people walking around our neighborhood. They're going to see somebody walking around. Maybe they have a high vis orange vest on, and that's just going to prevent people from wanting to do suspicious activities around our neighborhood because they see somebody constantly looking around, seeing what's going on, maybe even walking up to people and talking to them. So that's just going to be good. And then we're going to have an increased social interaction between neighbors. So let's say we got Bob out there walking around all day or every once in a while, and he sees you on your front porch. He's going to come up to you and probably ask, how's your day going? And you guys got to get a conversation going. You might talk about what you're doing this weekend. You might go out with the kids, and that's just going to bring the community together a little bit. And it might encourage other people to start volunteering for the program so we can get more hours in the neighborhood, more people just out there looking out for each other. It's just going to be great all around in that aspect. And then another part I wanted to bring into this was potentially, if people are interested, having enhanced law enforcement presence. So this would mean working and coordinating with local law enforcement to see if they could bring a route into our neighborhood, maybe once a week, just to pick up a day where most people aren't here in the area, like a Sunday or a Monday morning when everybody's at work, something like that. Just seeing if we can coordinate somehow with law enforcement to get a route near or in our area. How this program will work. If approved, we will need volunteers for certain days of the week who are willing to roam. So we can make that work in multiple different ways, such as one person per day for a 1 hour watch or a 15 or 30-minute watch, whatever it is, just one loop around the neighborhood. And that could be 1 day per week for that one person, or if somebody's really interested, they can volunteer for more than 1 day per week. But ideally, we'd like to have anywhere from 3 to 7 people volunteer, so that way we could have at least alternating days or one person per day. So that we can kind of have a flexible schedule and make it so that it's not just one person doing it. Also, we're gonna inform law enforcement if we do make this program go through, that we're starting this initiative, so that way they know that we have a community of people that are looking out for each other, and that if we do see suspicious activity or if we do have an emergency, that we will be contacting law enforcement to let them know what's happening in our neighborhood. So Um, and with that, I would like to also make sure that the people who do volunteer are also going to be trained and properly educated on what their role is and how to handle situations that they might have never encountered before, such as if they see a homeless person walking around, who could be multiple different interactions could possibly happen. But if the homeless person's just walking around, no big deal. You go up and talk to them, maybe ask them to leave or ask them if they need help or whatever. But let's say we see somebody walking around who's trying to break into cars. How do you handle that? That's way different. That's going to be more of a, don't get too close. See how they respond. If you tell them to go away, if they go away, if you feel comfortable doing that. If not, just report it to police. But we definitely don't want people putting their lives in danger, physically getting involved with somebody, or pulling out a weapon or anything like that. We just want people to mostly observe and report and to offer presence. And that's where this training is going to come in. We want our people to be trained regularly and to truly know what their role is, so we don't have any heroes in the neighborhood. Some of the things to consider when it comes to this program is, again, we make sure the volunteers understand what their role is. We don't want anybody getting into fights. We don't want anybody to be overly dedicated. We want this to be a fair thing that the community is involved in, not just one person. We could spread it out between multiple people, and that there's, again, training so that people know to just kind of observe, report, and be friendly. We want it to be a fun, friendly thing for the neighborhood. Yeah, and so some of these things that go into this is going to be how people approach people. So making sure that when people approach somebody or something that they think might be something of worry, then we can say, hey, you know, we can approach them with kindness and approach them with inquiry rather than blame right away. What if somebody's breaking into their own car because they locked their keys into the car? If we got Bob down the street, go tackle him. That's gonna be bad for everybody. Nobody's gonna like this program. But if we have people that go up to people and say, "Hey, what's going on? Do you need help?" Of course, yeah. Let's get a locksmith out here, or let's get the resources you need, or hey, let's take care of the situation in an appropriate manner, and that's going to be good for everybody. So as long as we kind of understand what our role is and how to handle situations appropriately, that's where the education and training is going to come in and be super valuable. In conclusion, I think we should go through with this program. I think we have enough people in our community to where we can spread the load out evenly. I think it's going to really make people feel safer in the neighborhood. It's going to get people to know each other better, since we're going to be seeing our own neighbors walking around, getting to know each other, talking, chit-chatting, having fun. It is going to be something fun to do. Like, let's say you're retired. This could be a great time to just get some laps in around the block. Or if you have nothing to do on the weekend and you work all week, but you want to take a Saturday shift, that'd be great too. You get the chance to explore your community, maybe meet your neighbors after working all week. And then overall, I believe, honestly, we will have a reduced rate in crime for our community if we go through with this, especially with the way we're laying this out. All right. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You guys have my contact information. Thanks.